Dear students, welcome to this class. Today we are going to look at hardware, computer hardware. So after this topic, you'll be able to understand what computer hardware is. You'll be able to understand computer hardware parts, motherboard and its components, monitor and its types, keyboard and its types, mouse and its types, external hardware components, computer hardware problems and diagnostic methods, and they have also attached reference for further reading. Also, this topic has detailed notes. So let us first understand what computer hardware is. So basically, computer hardware are tangible components of a computer. Anything that you can touch on a computer, it is what we call computer hardware. Okay, so let us also understand what uh, what uh, computer hardware upgrade is. So computer hardware upgrade basically it refers to a new hardware or replacement for old one or additional hardware developed to improve the performance of the existing hardware. For example, if you want to maybe increase your RAM, let's say from 8 GB to 16 GB. So once you do that, it's what we call computer hardware upgrade. So, so computer hardware parts. Let's look at those parts of computer hardware. Basically, they are categorized into four parts. Okay, the first one is the motherboard. Then we have the monitor, keyboard, and the mouse. We are going to go deep and understand what these mean. Okay, so first of all, let us look at the motherboard. So I have said computer hardware parts, they are only for motherboard, monitor, keyboard, mouse. So let us look at the keyboard. Let us look at the motherboard. So the motherboard is generally a thin circuit board that holds together computer almost all computer input computer parts except the input and the output devices. Okay, so almost all parts of a computer are attached to the motherboard. For example, the memory, the CPU, hard drives, ports, all those are connected to the motherboard, and it is the biggest circuit board in the computer chassis or computer system. Okay, so another thing about the motherboard is it allocates power to all hardware that are located on it, and it enables communication with each other. Okay, so it lets all the components connected to it to communicate with each other. Okay, so let us look at motherboard components. What are these components we are talking about? We have, first of all, we have the CPU slot. Okay, so the CPU slot, it is provided to install the CPU. Okay, in there, once you open, you can be able to see the CPU slot. If you have a CPU, just come and replace it. Okay, so and it is a link between the microprocessor and the motherboard. So we also have the RAM slot. So if you want, let's say you want to upgrade your RAM, so there is a slot. You buy your RAM, then you come and insert it. So it has that slot for RAM. Okay, so we also have the expansion slot. So maybe we can call it the bus slot. So it is for it, it is just a connection or port to the motherboard, which provides installation point to connect hardware expansion card. Let's say if you have an expansion card, you can just put it on this expansion slot. We also have the capacitor. So the capacitor, this basically it is related to power. We also have the inductor also that is also related to power. We have the North Bridge. So it is an integrated circuit. The North Bridge, it is an integrated circuit that allows communications between the CPU interface and the accelerated graphics port. Okay, so we also have the USB port on the motherboard. So the USB port, you all know the USB port. So basically, if you want to connect any hardware to the computer system, you basically need the USB port. So if let's say you want to connect the mouse, maybe the keyboard, you simply use the USB port. So we also have the PCI slot. This is for if you want to connect the PC to network hardware, maybe like modems. So you need the PCI slot. So we also have the accelerated graphics port. So this one provides the slot to connect the graphics card. Okay, so we also have the hot sink. So I mean the heat sink. The heat sink, it helps to absorb heat that is generated in the CPU or the computer processor. So the heat sink just absorbs that heat so that the computer doesn't heat up and brings issues. So we also have the power connector. So this is used to supply power to the motherboard. So we also have another hardware component, which is the monitor. So basically, you know the monitor. The monitor is this computer screen that you're seeing. So that's what we call the monitor, which is to display text like what you're seeing. These are text, images. So those are monitors. So we have different types of monitors, as we discussed earlier. We have the cathode ray tube monitors. We have the LCD monitors. Okay, these may be like the flat screen at your home. Those are types of LCD monitor. We have the LED monitor and we have the plasma or monitor. So all these are types of computer monitor as part of computer hardware components. So we also have the keyboard. So basically, you know the importance of the keyboard. It is just used to type characters in the computer. Okay, it is designed to allow you to input text, characters, and commands into the computer. So it has different types, as I told you earlier. So types of a keyboard, there are very many. There are several types of a keyboard. Uh, and maybe QWERTY, AZERTY, develop. So these are keyboard. These keyboard types are generated from the first six letters of the keyboard. So the first six letters, QWERTY, they are generated to create that type of a keyboard. So we also have the mouse. So mouse is basically a handheld device designed to control, move the pointer. Okay, this is the pointer. So you can use the mouse to move the pointer or the cursor on the screen. Okay, so basically these are the functions of a mouse. It is used to move the cursor, to open or execute a program. So once you click on program and open it, it can be able to open. It's also used to select. You can select any text like how I'm doing. Hovering, you can just hover it on text and it displays the information about that text. Yeah, it can also be used to scroll. It has these are parts of the mouse. It has two buttons, right and left. So scroll wheel, which is always up. Then it has a battery, which is a bit down. It also has the motion detection assembly, okay, which is can have a trackball or an optical sensor to provide signals to the computer about the motion location. Okay, so let's look at external hardware components. These are components that we attach to the computer. For example, the memory card. You know the memory card, the printer, speakers, camera, microphones, touchpad, USB flash drive, headphones. So all these are external hardware components. Okay, so the external hardware components are items that are frequently attached to the computer from outside in order to control the input and output functions of the computer. So those are external hardware components. So let us look at computer hardware problems and diagnostic methods. First of all, the effectiveness management. The effective management procedures greatly improve IT inventory management software. So you can deliver the best services by correlating, analyzing, and tracking changes with the help of these tools for asset management. Okay, so there are tools or software that can be used to track uh, any inventory or software that is on your computer, so you can be able to see how power is being used, how CPU is being used, how much memory is being used by using this kind of tools. Okay. Yeah, okay. Another thing is the software has ability to monitor hardware warranty and expiration dates in addition to tracking and identifying hardware faults. Okay, so these functions assist you in service level agreements, organizing the upcoming purchases, and procurement plans in accordance with the corporate requirements. So these softwares, it can tell you the when the hardware is expiring. Okay, it can track all faults on the hardware. Any fault on the hardware, let's say the CPU is not working, it can tell you. So you have to plan on procurement plans. Okay, so if you see the hardware is totally failing, you can plan maybe to replace. Okay, so another uh, method of diagnosing computer problems is you can send immediate warnings regarding CPU, motherboard, hardware problems, or when your operating system firmware or software upgrades are available. Okay, so you have to send immediate warnings. So in case CPU fails or motherboard hardware has some problems, or maybe you need to upgrade the firmware, simply you can do this in case the software upgrades are available. Okay, so another one, you have to keep track of any server operating system upgrades. So in case any upgrades come, please go ahead and upgrade. So you also have to track and manage the maintenance requirements and life cycle of the hardware inventory. So lastly, with the powerful inventory management software, you can identify and monitor configuration changes. Okay, any changes that is made on your machine, on your computer system, you can be able to identify them. Okay, so uh, these are the further reading material. In case you want to make more research about this topic, go ahead and read those materials. And that's all for now. Thank you.